Hello, welcome back to our channel. My name is Shayda and I am from Restart CBD, coming to you today to address a very popular and confusing topic, vaping versus vaping. But before we dive in, I want to make sure that you guys are subscribing to the channel, you are leaving comments, and you are following us on social media at Restart CBD. And if you want to shop, you can also shop 24/7 at restartcbd.com. So let's take a look at what vaping versus vaping actually is. You get asked this question quite a bit. People want to smoke CBD, they want to vape CBD, but they're not really quite sure what it means to vape CBD. And to further confuse it, there's really two different types of vaping when you're actually referring to cannabis products. And so today we wanted to just take a moment to break down those two different types of vaping categories because they are quite different. So what I have in front of me are pretty much two different devices. If you ask me if I vaped, I would say yes to both of these devices because both of them technically are vaping. On one hand, you have a cartridge and battery vaporizer. Essentially, these are cartridges, have liquid in them, and the liquid is cut with some agents to help it create a vapor or smoke that you will inhale. They're convenient and discreet because they pretty much are smellless, so they don't smell like cannabis. The other benefit is a universal screw into any 510 thread count battery. So these are pretty handy. You can find them at smoke shops, vape shops, pretty much anywhere makes these types of batteries, and also we sell them here at Restart CBD. So this is super popular because it's a quick way for people to get access to cannabis products in a efficient way. So smoking or vaping is the fastest way to experience CBD because it's the most bioavailable. You're gonna inhale it, you're gonna feel the effects most quickly. So at Restart, we actually offer a few different strengths of cartridges. So just keep that in mind too. If you're smoking cartridges, there are different strengths, there's different ingredients depending on where you're shopping and who you're shopping with. We personally use uncut cartridges. I'm going to put a link to our uncut vapes right here because we actually have a few other pieces of content that we've created on vaping cartridges. If you're interested, vaping cartridges is again a convenient and discreet way. It's usually smellless, and because it's battery powered, you can charge these things up, keep it in your pocket or purse, and have easy access to your cannabis products on the go. The next type of vaping product that I think we've been talking a little bit more about recently and will continue to talk more about is actually what I'm going to call herb vaping or herb vaporizers. This is a handheld herb vaporizer. We will also link to our video reviewing the Cali Crusher. We do carry these herb vapes now at the Restart CBD shop. There's a lot of different herb vaporizers on the market. I'm not really gonna get into specifics of why this particular model or make is a good choice. Just know that depending on what your budget is or your preferences are, there's a bunch of different herb vaporizers on the market. What I really wanna get at is understanding what the difference is between these two products. So while this requires a cartridge that's usually pre-filled, you buy these and screw them onto your battery. This is more of a chamber that you will fill with herb flower. So you're heating up the flower itself versus in a vape cartridge, you're heating up the liquid, which is a distillation or a wax or an extraction of the cannabis flower and the cannabis oil. With these types of vaporizers, they will still smell like cannabis, much more so because you're actually heating up the herb. And to best get use out of your herb vaporizers, we encourage you to, of course, start with having some herb flower. So this is Industrial Hemp. We sell here at Restart CBD. We have over 15 different strains. I had to have a quick moment. I couldn't remember how many strains we had. We're getting in new strains all the time, depending on what strain preference you have. Indica sativa hybrid, you might want to smoke, instead of smoking out of a pipe or out of a pre-roll, consider investing in an herb vaporizer. Vaporizing your bud versus using fire to heat is going to be a lot healthier on your lungs because you're inhaling vapor versus inhaling plant matter that is heated with combustion and heat and fire. So people are transitioning away from traditionally smoking their herb to herb vaporizers because it's a much healthier and a much cleaner way to go about enjoying cannabis products. I'm gonna take my herb and then I'm also going to recommend using a grinder. I think grinders are super underrated, but one of the key pieces of any cannabis connoisseur's collection. This is going to ensure that you get a complete and rounded out flavor of the cannabis versus just dumping the nug into here. I really want to make sure that I'm breaking this up before I just kind of plop it into my herb vaporizer, so that way I can get heat attacking all angles of the bud versus just what is accessible because of the circumference and the diameter and all those scientific things about the bud themselves. Again, these are both technically vaping cannabis, but they're two very different types of scenarios. This one, I would say you're only gonna load with as much herb as you need in that moment. So this is something that, like, if I was out and about, I probably couldn't have a bunch of product on me at all times, if that makes sense. Versus this type of product, it's pre-filled and it's more self-contained. I don't need a grinder. I don't need to keep, you know, my little jar of bud on me at all times. So this is easier, like I said earlier in the video, that you can throw in your purse, keep it in your pocket. Both are really great options if you're interested in vaping cannabis and vaping CBD. We of course carry both of these types of products here at Restart CBD, and really just want to help bring new and interesting ways for you to experience cannabis to, you know, your forefront. We want to make sure that you know all the options out there. We want you to be curious, to explore. If you've never herb vaped before, I'm personally getting into it, and what I'm finding is that the different temperatures of customizing your herb vape allow for different effects to come through. So basically there's some stuff that you can go research on the internet, and I'm sure we'll make a video on later. Different heats bring out different elements of the cannabis plants. Getting into some of the science behind these different cannabinoids and what they can do for you from a medicinal perspective is really, really powerful, and something that you can play around with and find your perfect fine-tune experiment. And for someone who's just looking for quick access to CBD, vaping it versus smoking it, or using a vape versus a sublingual oil, this is a quick and easy way to get CBD in your system fast. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or have anything to add, we of course love to connect with you. Leave your comments below, and thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe so that way you can see our next video coming to you live. Bye.